Hello, 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 hello. What a nasty, nasty evening it is here in Bozeman, Montana. It's Cruise Hawks Aviator live, and we are going to be traveling Bozeman, Montana to Seattle, Washington in our trusty Cascade livery, heading back home, trying to deliver this A220 back to home base there in Seattle. We got looks like we got wind whipping on that engine. Shouldn't be on. I gotta check this out. The engine shouldn't be on this thing. Yeah, it's not. That's weird. Let me get this music off, or at least turn it down maybe a little bit. Wow. All right, so let's get ourselves squared away here. Perfecto. All right, so battery 1 on, battery 2 on, and let's go ahead and jumpstart our APU. Our nav can be on, our beacon will stay off, and our seatbelt signs and our headlights will go back on. I do need to turn the sound on. There we go. Sounds much better for the simulator. There we go. Perfect. Now, I don't see the game capture audio. Let me get to that. And turn that up. Keep it about there. All right, so now we should have some simulator audio, so I apologize. All right, good deal. Get moving. So we got the APU coming on. We are waiting for that to be done. Once it does get on, we will transfer the power, and we're going to keep the ATT heading aligning set up. We are waiting for it to align. While we do that, let's go ahead and make sure we're located. Sim brief. Load aircraft, then we're good there. Ground equipment, this can stay on. Jetway's good. Cool. Let's go into our FMS. Actually, let's do FMS. We'll do our flight plan. We will go into our secondary flight plan. We will then go to flight plan, uplink, and send. Ending incomplete. We can cancel that out. We can activate the secondary, execute it, and it jumps us back to the active flight plan. From there, we can worry about the departures. The departure out of Bozeman, according to the world we live in, is not in my Navigraph. Let's go up here to this Navigraph. I think I loaded it here. Is Meadow 2? Not familiar with the departure. Take a look at it. Meadow 2 looks to be a runway 30 departure, right? Yeah. Runway 30, Meadow, Whitehall. And I think that's probably what we have for our flight. Meadow, Whitehall. Yeah. So, just pretty simple departure. Okay, easy. Then the Glacier 3 or Glacier 3. What is CB Glacier? Yeah, I think it's Glacier. We're going to be going via Mullen Pass. I always want to say Millsap, but that's not what that is. Millsap, I think, is in DFW airspace, or airspace. Mullen Pass, Spokane, Temple, Whitrow, Odall, Glacier, Jackson, Woody, Heather, and then we'll probably deviate a little bit before Heather to hit the 1-6 right or 1-6 left initial approach fix. I don't know exactly what we'll do yet. I haven't gotten that far. But when we do, let's see, do we want to do... Yeah, we're probably going to do an RNAV. So let's see, for RNAV 16 left. Helzer, Douglas. I'm thinking Helzer or Carfo. Do 16 left, and then we'll do 16 right. Yankee 16 right. We don't need the zone. Pagane, CLAC. We'll hold both of those, just in case. Now we are getting, Navigraph gives us terrible frame. I was just looking at it. I was getting 40 frames when Navigraph was up. Now that Navigraph's not up, I'm getting like 102. Wow. Anyway. Alright, so we've got our departures. We are going to go to runway 30. We're doing the Meadow 2 with Whitehall transition. Done. Execute. Arrival is going to be... let's do 16 left. Let's do the Yankee for 16 left. And Yankee 16 left. Vectors, yes. Because we're not going via Kane County. We're not doing Griffey or Kinmo. It's the Glacier 3 arrival with Millsap transition or Mullen Pass transition. So done, execute. Alright, that should then give us wind temp. We'll do our request. We'll then do our fuel and our calculations, which I'm not going to be able to do because the IRS is not aligned quite yet. So it's not going to let us do any of it. Well, let's go into our route and just make sure we have it correct. According to our flight plan, I can import it real quick just for a second off the screen. We are supposed to be Meadow 2 with Whitehall, direct the Mullen Pass for the Glacier 3. So essentially, Meadow, Wasat, Whitehall correct, Mullen Pass correct, excuse me. But we don't need two of them, so we'll just simply select one and move it up. And we will... I don't like that. There we go. No, Mullen Pass. We'll keep going down. Then we've got Spokane, Temple, Whitrow, Odall, Glazer, Jackson. And then we have Jackson again. I don't know why they do two Jacksons. It's like literally the middle of the arrival. Then we've got Heather and then vectors for KVOB, Millet. KVOB and Millet. Let's run off to, give me a second. I am trying to do what, ladies and gentlemen? Find my map, go to my plan. Kind of scroll over here. Okan, Temple, Whitrow, Odall, Glazer, Jackson. Which we're gonna have to double check that. The Heather to Douglas. I think that's what we'll do. Heather to Douglas. Okay. Back to our route. I don't know why Jackson is messed up from Glazer. It should be able to go direct there. There shouldn't be any mess up. Go down, Millet. Something's not right. Something's not in correctly. What am I doing wrong here? Spokane, Temple, Whitrow. Jackson, Woody, Heather. car for that. I'm looking down here. Man, I'm not seeing the whole screen. That's on me. Douglas is going to move up to where the vector is. And we're going to call that execute. That way it'll go Heather, Douglas, and that should get us where we want. Wasat Meadow. Excuse me, I got to get the plan again. Go out a little bit. Slide over. Zoom, 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 zoom. I'm going to make like a... What are those cars? Mazda? Zoom, zoom. Heather, Douglas. Perfect. Okay. That should work. Jackson still disconnected? Yes. So weird how it goes Glazer, Jackson, but they're disconnected. I know it's going to go to it. It will. Not going to be an issue. Freaking weird. Alright, anyway. Now we're good, so let's go and... Wind temperature we did. Fuel. Let's go ahead and set that up. So, zero fuel weight according to SimBrief was supposed to be 113.9. So, let's hop out here. I know it's not really good to have it in two spots, but I want to have it in easy access for the keyboard so I can see what I'm doing. 113.9. Go back to our load sheet. It's off, but I'm going to put 22.9. 22.9 calculated. We're going to say, yeah, the block fuel is what? Block fuel is 11.671. 11.671. 671. There we go. And then I only need 2.5 in reserve. Number of passengers, I believe, is 124. 126, excuse me. 126 passengers. And that can be executed. Okay, that is technically set. We are good to get moving if we wanted to. We can do birth page and all that good jazz. So we'll come into our takeoff. We'll sync the FMS. We'll sync the weather. We'll calculate. It's giving us flaps 2. Send that to the FMS. Then we'll hit that V speeds. That's simple. It's that simple. Let's go to engines, set V speeds. All that is good. Now we can go ahead and pick that information up. What? It's really weird. See the rudders going crazy? Alright, I have to file the flight plan because I had not done that yet. Give me just a moment. I'll file the flight plan. Last time I checked, there was no air traffic control on. Shouldn't be an issue. If there is, we'll just grab clearance. We'll be good to go. We're being Cascade 2111 tonight. We log in here, 2111. And auto ATC, they are not on. It is telling us 7661 for our squawk box, or squawk code. So we can come up here easily and modify it. It is 7661. We'll just simply pick the 76 and then 61. Cool. Auto TA only. There we go. I'm happy with that. Alright. Let me slide down here, lift that up, hit swap, and then that'll allow us to do our right hand side checklist. So our power on the ECL is done, the APU is good. Let's do our hydraulics A, B, and C. A, B, B. So we're good there. We do our emergency lights arm. And our first checklist is complete. Pre-flight. No, I'm good. Airplane docks. Got it, got it, got it, got it, got it. Displays. ECAS. We're good. We need the altimeter. Altimeter for Bozeman. We got to pull that up here real quick. We've got... Go ahead and do the weather here real quick. 320 at 7, gusting 2.4. 1 1/2 statute miles visibility. Vicinity of thunderstorms with moderate rain or heavy rain. Mist. Broken clouds at 3,800, 4,900, and overcast at 6,500. Temperature is 12. Dew points 11, 3021. So, 30. Excuse me. Click, 3021. What you do to one side, you gotta do the other. 3021. Now we're matching. You know you're matching because they don't have a yellow box around them. Alright, perfecto. That means we can also take that weather information and put it in here as well if we want to. So, the flex temperature, I'm not worried about the outside air temperature though, is, what did I say? It was 12 degrees. Wind is 320-724. So, that is... what, like 15 knots average, right? 320-1. Right. Altimeters are set, center panel set, pedestal side sticks are done, we're complete. 4-star checklist, we've done our departure briefing. We're basically going to depart straight ahead to this waypoint, whatever it was. And we'll go on course from there. APU is good. Doors we have to shut. Beacon will turn on when we're ready to go. Alright, so let's go ahead and say we are going to prepare for pushback and start up. So we're going to go have the doors shut. I did not check, as for the mid-02, do we have any altitude? Top altitude 16,000. So we'll put that here in the MCP. 16,000. We'll do our flight director. We'll do our TO. Bump. And then we will do VNAV. Our beacon's going to come on. Logo can come on. And the parking brake is on as required. And we're ready for the purport taxi whenever we want. Waiting for him to get the job done here. Look how nasty it is out there. The direction of pushback is going to be nose left, tail right. Yes, ma'am. Okay, no problem. Excuse me. Oh, release the parking brake. We're good. As we get clear, we'll go ahead and do engine start. We'll go listen to that engine start. Parking brake set. Awesome. Cool. Let's do the second one. Let's do engine number 1. And then we will start our before taxi checklist. The APU is going to be as required. Our anti-ice is good. Our flaps, we're supposed to be flap 2, 1 and 2. Flap 2 as selected. Flight controls, we can check them. How, you say? Synaptic or Synaptic. And then you go to your flight controls and you check them. Go left, go right, forward, right rudder, left rudder, fantastico. Going to come back to our performance page and we're going to look for our stabilizer trim, which goes down 4.8. And we're going to put 4.8 in this box here. There we go. Flight controls are good. Nose wheel steering. We're going to say we have a good engine start so we can disconnect the nose wheel steering. We're going to go RTO. We'll get there. Flaps 2, engine, off. And nose gear off, nose steering off, ICAS check. And then going to be APU off. Okay, then we need strobe on. And we've got auto brake RTO, parking brake is on, no ped, seat belts, and that is complete. For takeoff is going to include APU bleed as required, FMS is set, trims are set, flaps are set, anti-ice is set, auto brake is as required, ICAS and checked, thrust. Go ahead and check it real quick. Yep, we've got thrust. We will verify runway and go from there. Go ahead and turn on the map for both sides. Actually, could do what do I want to do? I want to do data. We're going to do departure. We're going to do the airport. And we are going to zoom in here, see where we're supposed to go. We're supposed to go basically inside of Tango 1, all the way down Alpha. We'll cross runway 21 and hit runway 30 from Alpha 2. That'll be the plan. Good for me. If it's good for you, let's go. Inspection lights, taxi light on, parking brake off, and let's get owl. This is Alpha. We look left and right. We're not going to look left again. We're not driving a vehicle. Hold on, is my nose wheel steering? Hold on. Hold, please. Yeah, it's working. It was weird. I felt like it wasn't reacting. I used the tiller on my joystick for the nose wheel. And I was thinking for a second it wasn't working correctly. Alright, we're going southbound on Alpha. We'll take this all the way to the end of the runway for our departure here in Bozeman, Montana. While we're doing this, how long is our flight going? Let's take a look. Flight plan, performance. Route 1 hour 23 minutes. As calculated by the FMS. Our ground speed here, 17 knots. It's nasty out there, really nasty out there. What's funny is it's probably going to be a pretty nice flight to Seattle, despite the nasty weather here in Bozeman. Seattle's reporting light wind, thin such amounts of visibility, scattered clouds at 8,000, temperature 24. It's a nice day in Seattle. But when we get above these clouds, we'll be good. You know, I forgot to pick up power frequency. I know I'm crossing the runway, but I know no one's here. Hours 118.2. 118.112. 1, 2. Next left is where we want to be. I'm not going to slow down here. We're at 12 knots. Closement traffic, Cascade 2111, departing runway 30 at Alpha 2 for a western departure. Bozeman. I've got my full deflection here. I don't know what the deal is. It's just sliding. I guess the weather? I don't really know. I don't really know why it's just sliding straight instead of turning. It's sliding in the rain. I gotta imagine that's it. Because it hadn't done that before. I imagine it's just a really crappy weather with these giant puddles. It's losing the traction. Which, if true, is probably accurate. Probably should hit the brakes a little more. Alright, main lights are going on, our landing lights are going on, our taxi lights are coming off, and we are going to say the runway is correct, cabin is correct. We're going to go to complete normal checklist. After takeoff checklist is next. Let's go ahead and get ourselves situated here on the runway. %. And full throttle. Now we do have lots of puddles on the runway. Alright. We are at 35 knots, 40 knots. Engines continue to come up. 60 knots. Full power. 90 knots, 100 knots. Gotta put some correction in that rudder. A little bit of right aileron. Left rudder, V1. Rotate. Maintain that config. There we go. Alright. We can let it center back out as we pull our nose up. And then we meet those takeoff bars. We're gonna go gear up. We're going to say nav, and we're going to increase our speed here. We're going to move our bug up past the F1 marker, which means we want to go closer to flaps 1. Once we pass that marker, we'll go flaps 1, so we're going to continue to about buck 80. Flaps 1. Going to keep going up. We're going to put it at 200. And we'll go flaps up. We will keep going. Trying to stay centered on our lateral path while negotiating our vertical speed, or excuse me, our speed here. We're at 2,000 feet per minute. And I'm just moving that bug up to about a buck 50 or so. And I'm going to try to maintain that lateral path. Even if I'm not maintaining the vertical path, I'll maintain that lateral. I want that bug to look very similar in roll axes compared to the flight director. Here we go. Fantastic. That's what makes this aircraft so easy to fly. What you're looking to do is maintain your green circle to look just like the magenta circle. If you do that, you know you're on lateral path. You're correct for the lateral path. Okay, we're gonna go bank left. That is equivalent. Or above 10,000. We're gonna go nose down. We're gonna try to get to about 280. And again, I want my green path to look exactly the same. So I am trying to mimic that magenta line with my own bug. Just like you would any other flight director, you want yours to look exactly the same. You want to line up your bug with the director. Very cool. All right, we can go autopilot on. We can continue our climb up to, I didn't even look at what our flight level was supposed to be. 380? Sounds about right. We'll turn our heading off because we don't need it. Our auto throttle can come on. And then we've got nav, flight level change, nav, flight directors are on. And we are in FMS1, FLVC, VFLC, and VALS. So we're good. Basically it means we're going to fly the computer until we get to the computer's altitude. If there are any constraints, they'll be here on the left-hand side. But since there are not, it's going to take us straight up the flight level 380. Constraints for the speed are notated by the flight computer itself, by this flight computer, and are noted here, the 275. That is the setup here. So if I go to my performance and I go to my climb, 275. Now I will change this because I want to get there just a little faster, so we're going to go 240.72. Put that in and execute. But now you'll notice it changes to 240. My nose goes up and the speed starts dropping down. But now we're gaining a lot of altitude, moving at 4,000 feet a minute. As we approach 240, it's going to lower our nose here. Stop climbing as much as we were. But it's a good time to see that we're passing 18,000. And with Cascade Virtual, we now can switch to standard. So what you do to one side, you got to do the other. Altimeter is standard. Barrows are set and cross-checked. The other way. Alright, very cool. Let's bring you back down here a little bit. -10. Then we'll throw those tunes back on. Oh, you know, I forgot to turn on the... whatever that is, that... forget you, what we call it. The radar screen, the map itself. Then I can go to FMS, go to map. Then I can go to overlay and we can turn on the VSD because I like that. And turn on traffic and terrain. Does that not work? Must have done something wrong. Left side will keep map, right side we will go to our checklist. We will say, okay, we've done our after takeoff checklist. Landing gear, flaps, anti-ice, we're good. ECAS is complete. High altitude will be when passing 350. We will make sure that we turn our wing anti-ice off. Turn that one off. And this one on. Such a good aircraft. So easy to fly. Such a joy to fly, truly. You don't have this aircraft, I would pick it up. I truly enjoy it. Right, because I know I'm going to forget wing anti-ice since we're at flight level 350. We've got no wind, clouds up here. We're going to go ahead and say wing anti-ice off. We're going to avoid our icing conditions as captain. And then the next checklist will be descent and approach. We'll come to map. And next waypoint is Mullen Pass. I do like the, what do they call it? The VSD. I really do like that a lot. It's one of my favorite features. You can see your vertical profile. Know exactly if you're too high, too low, what's going on. I love it. I absolutely do. What the heck? Okay. So what I love most, well, I wouldn't say I love most, but I really enjoyed that with this aircraft. I was able to create the banner and everything to really accentuate the Crusox branding. I really like the way it looks. I like the information it gives. I think it's very intuitive, and it doesn't look like the others that are out there. So I'm really happy with it. I like that it gives the estimated arrival, cruise altitude, distance remaining, that whole thing. It just, to me, seems like a very intuitive toolbar. So I like it a lot. Not much going on in this aircraft. Like I said, it's pretty easy to fly, so there's not a lot to do. We're really monitoring more than we're doing anything else. I suppose we can let everybody walk around and use the crapper. So we'll turn the seatbelts off. And then we'll just keep monitoring the systems. Come on, girl, you can get it. Come on, flight level 380, we can do it. We can do it! approaching flight level 360 here, which I'm pretty... Like I said, I'm pretty happy with the way this thing climbs. It just... You have to kind of learn the quirks, and then it does exactly what you want it to do. You can predict it, and it becomes a breeze to fly, just like a Boeing, or even as easy as a typical Airbus. I think if you are learning a brand new aircraft, or let's say you're brand new to flight sim, not brand new, let's say you're tired of Cessnas, tired of the King Airs, you're tired of the other stuff, you want something that's more modern, I think the A220 is a really good aircraft to start with. It is a blend between the automation of the Airbus, the complexities or the manual entries of a Boeing, and a little bit of Bombardier uniqueness, right? Which makes sense considering where it came from. But you just truly have to learn the aircraft and its quirky behaviors and capabilities. Once you learn what you're expecting, 1,000 to go. Once you learn what you're expecting the aircraft to do, everything else is very intuitive, right? Having push to sync and push buttons to kind of figure out, okay, in the glare shield, by the way, this is the glare shield, to figure out, okay, I either want flight management or not, right? And it's really easy to take that heading bug and allow the computer, allow the computer to sync it up, right? Let the flight management computer do it all. Or you can simply put the heading bug there and preload a heading that you know you're going to want to head on. VNav, it's really simple and easy. VNav, essentially, if it's on, it's going to follow the restrictions. If it's not on, it's not going to follow the restrictions, right? Right now, it's in altitude capture mode, and so that's what it's going to do. And it is going to speed up to Mach 7.8, and you can see that in the top left-hand corner there. Speed starts to flash. 0.78 or Mach 7.78 is there. And now the aircraft is going to level off, keep the engines pushed to full throttle, and accelerate itself as it approaches that little hook at Mach 0.78. You'll see that the auto throttle, which is engaged right now, will slow it down. So we have Mullen Pass, then we make a left-hand turn, and after Mullen Pass, we go to Spokane. Somewhere between Mullen Pass and Spokane, oh, nope, it's right there. It actually shows on this screen too. Cool. Direct Spokane. So, where we're currently at, Mullen Pass, Spokane, top of descent just before Temple. Okay, that's Mach 7.8. And let's look for the engines to pull back. Looks like they slowly are. Very nice. Yep, they're slowly moving backward. It's not very aggressive, is it? Level flight 380. Nice little wing view there. see how we're doing here. We're past Mullen Pass. We've got a next up Spokane in about 61 nautical miles. Let's see, top of descent coming up when? 313, about 123 miles. Time is now 2:47, so just about almost 30 minutes. I love the Cascades. I really do. Do I have anybody coming up? No air traffic control coming up. Let me look. What are we doing? Yep, we're landing southbound. That's fine. Cool. I do kind of wish these engines were a little more consistent, because it's slowing down, speeding up, slowing down, speeding up. Kind of annoying. Spokane, come on. Less than a mile, 1 mile, 1.5 miles, come on. Chester. There we go. If I do CTAF for KSEA, it's 119.9er. We're just doing a little prep work. 119er decimal niner. 119er decimal 9. We're ready for the arrival. That's all there is, because it's an RNAV. We've got 60 miles till the top of descent. 1 minute, 20 nautical miles till the top of descent. So let's go ahead and get ourselves set up. Our altitudes are 341, 256, 17,000, 12,000, 12,000, 4,000, 1,900. Let's go ahead and put this at 1,900. 2,000, excuse me, 2,000, press the button, down 1. Then, what do we want to do? We want to put on our barrow, right? So, not our barrow, our minimums. So for the, what did we select? 1.6 left? Approach RNAV 1.6 left. That is Yankee. Arfo Douglas. Our minimums for 1.6 left is 268 or 700. Okay, so easy to change, easy to modify. Tune, and you go to PFD, and you change what you want to do. So that's barrow. I change it again, it goes to radar. This is our radar altitude or a barometric altitude. In this case, our barometric altitude is either 700 and the radar altitude is 268. So let's go with 700 in our barrow. It's easier to set up that way. That's it. That's all there is to it. And that buzzing sound is, hey, by the way, we're about to hit a top of drop. And there is our vertical speed bug right there. And that'll come in.
We got a traffic of 6 final mile up.
The altimeter is, I think, 29907. Let's go KASEA 29907, yeah. So as we drop, a performance, arrival, and let's put all that in. Weather is 23, or excuse me, temperature is 23. Wind is 2405. Arrow is 29907. Flaps for arrival. And we're going to hit, ooh, excuse me, I got to do +5 and hit the V speeds. Okay. Okay, now this thing loves to take off on us, so we're going to throw in the speed brake until it gets its life together and gets those engines pulled back towards idle. Oh, I forgot to turn off the landing lights. Whoops. Alright, I'll survive. Man, this thing is being finicky. Too much speed, not enough speed. Okay, we're below 350, so we are good on that. Let's turn it back on. Oop. FMS is set, the minima is made, auto brake is on low, ECAS good, arrival briefing is complete. Before landing checklist. Our altimeter is 29907, so when we hit 18,000 feet, we know what to put in. Go closer in. I can't hear anything they're saying. As a reminder, as we get towards flight level 180, when we cross it, we'll go ahead and do our landing lights are already on, so whoopsie whoopsie. We'll do our altimeter at that time. Reason we do the landing lights at 18,000 feet for Cascade Virtual is simply because they are I am simulated in them as a VA or an airline that flies into iffy weather most of the time. And for greater visibility and for safety, we want them to be highly visible as we can make them as they fly in and out of terminal areas that both have high terrain and, very compact routing. So therefore, we turn on the landing lights through flight level 180 as we descend down, and as we ascend up through the transition altitude, we turn on and off the landing lights for visibility. Our birdie doesn't look out there. Gorgeous. Gorgeous green mountains. Green Mountains Majesty.
Synaptic, Delta 1923, full established, or on way 16 left, 11 miles.
That's much better. That's much louder than the other guy was. Alright, altimeter 2997, let's do it. 2997, which one side you have to do to the other? 2997. Oh no! Going to Glacier.
Here's the 923 or 16 left, return yes, right by something.
Now I want to be careful as we cross Glacier here, because we should continue up to Jackson. I am very confident it will. But if it doesn't, we're going to pop over to the sink real quick and then go direct to. We just want to be ready.
Seattle ground or Seattle traffic, Delta 302 is pushing back from Bravo 9 onto Whiskey. Seattle traffic.
Yep, it's going direct Jackson. All right, fantastic. Love when a plan comes together, even though I did nothing to facilitate said plan. I'm just enjoying the view here as we pass through. That looks awesome. Tell me that doesn't look so good. The sim is wild. It truly is. Anybody want to go skiing on that slope right there? No? Alright. Maybe later. Whoa, 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 whoa. Settle. Settle. Why did we think, hey, you know what we should do? Hop all the way up to 275. Let's do this. There. Oh, now it's at 250. No, once I go, oh, you know what, I'll modify it. No, then it drops down to 250. Mount Rainier. And the North Cascades. Gorgeous. I give up. It keeps doing that over and over and over and over and over again. I give up. I am going to keep it on Indicated Mach speed, and I'm going to control it because I just can't trust it. I don't know why it keeps going up to 275, then reducing back down to 250. Going up 275 and reducing that back down to 250. Incredibly frustrating. All right, passing through 11,000, going into 10,000. At least we won't, hopefully,
Seattle
be a problem with
traffic,
the speed.
Delta 302, taxi runway 16 left, the Bravo.
I think I have to fill out a report if I cross 10,000 at 253 knots. I don't think so. What is Buddy's home? What? Seattle traffic, Cascade at 2111, about 25 miles to the northeast, inbound to land, full stop, planning runway 16 left. Seattle. When we get to Heather, I'll slow it down to 210. And then, well, and I guess I'll slow down earlier than that. But it says decel. I wonder if it'll swap over and decel down to 219. Nope. It wants to, though. Let's go ahead and give it some help. We'll put out the speed brakes. We'll drop it down to 219. So if we want to, we can go flaps 1. $6,200. 6,100. Hello, Seattle. Bruh. This thing, I swear, it just wants to fly and be a freaking speed demon rocket at all times.
Seattle traffic, Delta 302, departing runway 16 left to the south, Seattle traffic.
Hey. Turn that off because we gotta focus and concentrate, boys and girls. About to pass Heather, then make a right hand turn towards Douglas. Good, let's drop to 180. Why didn't I like that? That was weird. I just want to get slowed down, boys and girls. Slowed down. Seattle traffic Cascade 2111. Approximately 10 miles modified base for runway 16 left. Seattle. Laps 2. We'll keep those speed brakes out. So we slow down. There's an airport right there. Let's keep going. And we're going to go gear down. And then we're going to go flaps for speed FMC or FMS mode. And then we're going to keep going flaps 4. And we're going to clear our slats, our speed brakes. And we're going to let the aircraft continue to slow down. 2500 cross checked. Yes. Flaps 4, gear down. Altimeters are checked, flaps are indicated, cabin is ready. Forward landing checklist is complete. Gonna go approach. Seattle traffic Cascade 2111. 5 mile final, runway 16 left, Seattle. We are way high, so we're going to drop it like it's hot. My aircraft. Ooh, all right, there we go. Look okay.
400. Approaching minimums. 300. Light slow. Light slow. 200.
Ooh, that was rough. Sorry, y'all. That was rough. That was not ideal. I should have flared a lot earlier. Ooh, Seattle ground's on. Nice. I'll promptly disconnect as I exit the runway. I don't feel like talking to ground just to taxi out. Okay, let's turn off. Alright, as we're taxiing a little bit here, we're going to go APU on, we're going to go taxi lights on, we're going to do, that's good. I think everything else can stay. Hit our brakes and make a left-hand turn here. 20 knots. There we go. 11 knots. And we're exiting. I don't know what it is with this scenery that makes it all jittery. Sometimes it runs butter smooth, and then sometimes it's like, you know what? I think you're going to have a tough time. Alright. As we're doing this, let's turn off the strobes. Turn off our landing lights. Turn off the portable electronic device sign. Logo wing inspection can stay on. We're looking for our entrance so we can go over to the Delta gates, which I think is an entry exit point 88, if I'm not mistaken. It's up here on the right hand side just before the November gates. Ooh, I'm about to miss my spot. No one said anything. Everyone here is fired. Except for me, obviously. Oh, not 88, 99. My bad. Where's that 66? Yeah, it's 66. About 66, excuse me. What were we supposed to go to? Delta what? Delta 4. GSX. Delta 4. No. Delta 4 is straight ahead. Isn't it? Yeah. Okay. Let's do taxi lights off, logo lights, inspection off. I don't think I'm way off to the left here. Or maybe I was. Maybe I was. Boop. Stop, she said. Circuit brake on. Engines off. We're going to keep the beacon light on until we see these engines all the way down to 0, and they take a minute to get there. So we're going to hold on. Okay, cool. Beacon. Request keyboard. All right, let's check out. Get in my flight. Yeah, negative 397. That was rough. That was a heavy landing. That was definitely could have done a lot better than that. Okay, cool. Let's do all right, for those of you who were able to join in, I appreciate it. I was gonna call it for the night. That was Bozeman to Seattle. I think next trip we'll get out of the Cascade virtual A220 and into something a little bit different. Maybe tomorrow, maybe a couple days from now. By the way, I appreciate if you took the time to tune in, whether it was for 1 minute or for 1 hour. Your patronage is always approved. We'll see you next time. Cruise Talks Aviator.